know that you think you're the coolest one in town, but to me you'll be much cooler when you're 6 feet underground. Some of us are crazy, some are smart and brave. Well, it doesn't really matter, we all end up in the grave. All my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. I say it, all my favorite people are dead. 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 Well, hello, breathers,
And welcome back
to another fabulous
episode of All My Favorite People Are Dead. I'm Sue Teresi.
I'm Shannon Butler.
You are?
I'm pretty sure.
You sure? You look like Shannon Butler.
Yeah, I got the purple hair.
You got-
It's very,
And the pretty face.
wow.
And the Shayna Punnam. Shayna Punnam is pretty face. It's Jew for pretty face.
Shana Putum.
Shayna.
Shayna.
Punnam is your face.
Putum.
You have a pretty face.
Shayna. I mean, I'm Shannon, so.
Shayna Shannon.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going to call you from now on. Shayna Shannon.
Shannon. That's my Jew name.
That's your official
My
Jew
Hebrew
name.
name.
Yes, your official Hebrew name is Shayna Shannon.
Shannon. I like
Yeah,
it.
that actually sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty, yeah. Yours is
Shoshana.
Shoshana, yeah, so, yeah.
Same thing.
Shoshana, Shoshana, Shannon,
It's got a bunch of shushes.
Shit. And that would confuse the hell out of me.
Okay, anyway.
But yeah, so here we are. We're going to talk about dead people.
Again? Oh, that's what we do.
That is what we do. Yeah.
All right.
Well, last time we talked about a white.
Yes.
And
Today we're talking about a white. But two different whites. Two different shades of white.
Way.
Your white was a big-ass jerk. And
a talented big-ass jerk.
mine was a talented, wonderful, humanitarian,
Sweetheart.
lovely.
Everyone loves.
Everyone's grandma.
Everyone.
Everyone loved her.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Like, nobody hates this person.
There is
Like,
no way you cannot love this woman.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be talking about the one, the only, Betty White. Another White.
You know, there was all this talk about people dying around the pandemic, and everyone's like, "No, Betty White, don't you take Betty
That's right.
White
Isn't
this
that the
year?
truth?
Don't do it this year.
Isn't
Not
that the
this year."
truth?
You know,
Right? And she was very close to 100.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like, couldn't you let her just make it to the?
Well, close enough. You get what you get.
Yeah.
You get what you get, and she got and she gave.
She gave it all, and she lived a good long life.
Yes.
All things considered. You
Yes,
know?
yeah. And she was, you'll see, she was ahead of her time.
I think so. Yeah.
Today is an homage to Betty White.
I love it.
So Betty Marion White was born January 17th, 1922 in Oaks Park, Illinois.
All right.
Passed December 31, 2021, Brentwood, California, in the Los Angeles area.
Okay.
Not Elizabeth, not Liz, not Lizzie, or anything else, but Betty or Betts, as she was known to her family.
So that's her legal name.
Her
Betty.
legal Betty.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
All right.
which I always think of as a nickname. No.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, no, it was Betty.
Okay.
Who knew?
Yeah, well, that's very 1920s.
I guess. Yeah, it's
very 1920s.
Progressive.
Yeah.
The only child of Tess, a homemaker, and Horace White, an electrical engineer. When she was about a year old, her family moved from Alhambra, California, and later to L.A. during the Great Depression.
Okay.
To make extra money, her father built crystal radios and sold them wherever he could.
Nice.
But since it was the height of the Depression and hardly anyone had a sizable income, he would trade in radios for other goods, and sometimes his other goods would be dogs.
Dog? Oh, really?
Dog, woof, dog, well, yeah, dogs.
So, like, what exactly were they doing?
They would trade. He would, instead of he would trade his stuff, and instead of getting stuff for stuff, he would take in a puppy.
That sounds like a burden.
No, not when you love animals. That's like something I would do. You know,
but I know it's the Great Depression. You're having a hard time feeding your family, so you're adding more to the
dogs,
family.
But the dogs, no. Well, you traded something that you have laying around, and you get you save a dog. Hey, look, if I tutored someone's kid and they gave me a cat in return, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't pay you, but we have a kitten.
Not during the Great Depression. I feel like, look, I'm trying to feed my family. Now I got to feed the dog. I mean, I love dogs. You know
yes,
that.
Of course you do.
I would do anything for my dogs.
I know you would.
I feed my dogs before I feed myself.
I have no doubt.
But
this is
in the Great Depression. I'd be like, look, do you have some cabbages? Do you have potatoes?
No, we have a dog. Radio for a dog. I think it's a fair trade. What's the joke?
Okay.
I got a dog from my husband. That was a fair trade.
That is a fair trade.
One of those.
Yeah. Sorry, Don.
They weren't so much of a couple with a child, her parents and her. More like a threesome of equals presiding over a menagerie of cats and dogs.
That's wild.
So as an only child, they treated her as the third adult.
Okay.
Her childhood was blissful. Her parents included her in all of the family decision makings. The joke was that if the family cat Toby didn't approve of infant Betty being brought home from the hospital, Betty would have to be sent back.
Oh, wow.
So that's where she got the love of animals, growing up in an animal house, yeah.
Okay. I get it.
That set the tone for the rest of Betty's life, and that became her hallmark.
Yes.
Her love of animals, the outdoors, her freedom to express herself, her assertion of independence, senses of grace and gratitude, at ease with strangers and friends alike.
Yeah.
Type of grandma everybody wants to be or have.
She wanted to be a park ranger.
Yeah.
She did.
You knew that, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to talk about that?
Uh-huh,
Okay, good. Oh, sorry. I'm jumping the gun.
That's all right. Her respect of everyone, regardless of race, her her liking everybody.
Easy for you to say.
Inclusivity. Is that inclusivity? We're going to get letters. Her way of including everybody was way before it was fashionable.
Yes.
She was inclusive.
Inclusive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I speak for a living.
I'm sorry.
Seriously.
That was.
I know. I just tripped over my tongue.
No, that was me. What was my word that I couldn't say?
Yeah, you had one. Now I have one. Now I can't even remember it. You had one.
I can't remember it either.
Mine this is mine. Okay. They moved to California when she was a year old. Betty wanted to be a forest ranger.
Yeah.
But that profession, you know why she didn't?
There wasn't really many women in it.
Wasn't open to women.
Yeah.
Wasn't open to women, so she developed an interest in writing and performing.
But later on, they did give her honorary park
yeah.
ranger hat, and she was so fucking cute in it, too.
And so were you when you were you.
Oh, thank you.
She was married 3 times. First to Dick Barker. They divorced within a year.
Okay.
Then Lane Allen, married 2 years, but divorced because he wanted to have a family.
She did? She did?
No, Betty wanted to focus on her career. She never had children.
And her dogs.
Exactly. Then she married Alan Ludden, the love of her life. Married for 18 years until his death of stomach cancer in 81. But she was stepmother. He had 3 children from his previous marriage. So she stepmothered them.
What did they say about her being a stepmom?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
During an interview with Larry King Live, she was asked why she never remarried after Alan's death.
Okay.
You know what she says? She says, once you've had the best, who needs the rest?
Oh, that's really sweet.
They liked her as a stepmother. She was okay. They didn't complain much about it. Right?
Okay.
So her career spanned 7 decades.
Yeah.
Long career, long life. Starting in radio, because that's what they did back then. Hosting radio shows, and then moving to television, creating and starring in, it was called Life with Elizabeth.
Okay.
Not Betsy, but Life with Elizabeth. I wasn't familiar with that show.
No, I've never heard of it.
Okay. Because I just made it up, that's why. But winning her...
You made it sound very official, though.
Thank you, because I'm a good
real
lawyer.
authority.
I'm really...
Speak with authority, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Winning her an LA Emmy Award for the show in 52.
Oh, wow. That's early.
Yeah, the show ran from 53 to 55, making her the first woman to produce a sitcom.
And she's also young, right?
She must have been in the 50s now, so yeah.
Oh, wow.
Also allowing...
30s, actually. I'm sorry.
Also allowing her to be one of the few women in television with full creative control in front and behind the camera.
That's amazing.
Unheard of back then.
Yeah. She had some real balls, I guess. Huh?
Cast iron. The show was unusual for a sitcom in the 50s because it was co-produced and owned by a 28-year-old woman.
28, okay.
Who lived at home with her parents.
She's still living at home.
She lived with her parents.
With her cats and dogs.
Naturally. All right. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
From 52 to 54, she hosted and produced her own daily talk variety show, which I didn't know about either, The Betty White Show.
Okay, yeah.
First on KLAC-TV and then on NBC. Her first television, but second show to feature that title. So it was like, she'll have another show with that name, The Betty White Show.
Okay.
Like her sitcom, she had creative control over the series and was able to hire a female director.
Amazing.
I mean, how advanced and progressive is that for her and for the time?
I wonder how does she go into these boardrooms and go, guys, this is what we're going to do?
Yeah,
and
that's exactly what she did. And they're probably looking at this little woman again who lives at home with her parents, and they're like, Betty, please. And she's like, yeah, I'll show you. And she did.
That's amazing.
And she did.
Yeah.
She did whatever the hell she wanted. So listen to this.
Okay.
Okay. In a first for American network variety television, her show featured an African-American performer.
That's big back then.
But the show faced criticism for the inclusion of a tap dancer, Arthur Duncan, as a regular cast member. That was not going to happen. The criticism followed when NBC expanded the show nationally. Now, local Southern stations in the Jim Crow era threatened to boycott unless Duncan was removed from the series.
Fucking Southerners.
And in response, Betty says, "I'm sorry, live with it," and then gave Duncan even more airtime.
That's amazing.
Live with it.
That's amazing.
I'm not backing down. Then watch the show.
Wow.
To heck with you. And now if you thought he had, 10 minutes, now he's going to have 20.
She really did have balls of steel.
Seriously, you have to.
Yeah.
As a woman in that time, in that profession, doing what you want in front and back, you have to. You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot. No tepid, Okay. Initially, a rating success, the show repeatedly changed time slots and suffered lower viewership. I didn't hear a thing.
I'm sorry.
I didn't hear a thing.
Your cat is
They talk to each other.
singing the song of their people.
He is calling the other guy, and that's what they do. But at least it's not a 3. Yeah.
There he goes again.
I know. I didn't hear a thing. Yep. I know, and it is awfully cute. If you can hear it, he's calling the other cat.
Betty White would approve.
Okay, he's actually saying Betty White. Betty White.
He's like, let's hold a seance and bring her here.
Betty, can you hear me? He's actually trying to speak to Betty White because he knows.
I'm sorry.
He's going to talk up a storm now because.
No, he's like,
yeah,
I want to be on the podcast. I want to talk
are
about
you
Betty
in?
White. Shush.
It's awfully cute. It's not even a cat. It's actually Shannon making those noises. Okay. I don't know.
Sorry.
I got so confused now.
Your cats are
they
distracting.
changed by the end of the year. NBC quietly canceled the series.
Quietly? Because of the black guy?
No, because they just had to keep changing it. It was a success, and then they changed time slots, and eventually it fizzled out.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it had to do with the guy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
By the 1960s, she was a staple of game shows, and that's where she meets Alan Ludden.
Okay.
I used to watch Password, and the two of them weren't. You remember? You don't remember Password?
No.
Password was and so that she was on the show so much, and that's how she met Alan.
Okay.
NBC.
Sorry,
offered,
that's before my time.
Way before your time.
Way.
Yeah. When I was I watched it in my cave when I lived with my pet dinosaur. We had streaming.
Something just crashed in the
I
background.
didn't hear a thing. Again, I didn't hear. As long as nothing rolled down the stairs, we're good to
we're
go.
good.
I didn't hear a thing. NBC offered her an anchor job on their flagship breakfast television show called Today. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Oh, that.
She turned the offer down because she didn't want to move permanently to New York. Eventually,
She's still living with her parents at this point?
Yeah, eventually some other woman, perhaps you've heard of her, got the job. Barbara Walters.
Oh, that lady.
Yeah, I think you've heard of her.
Yeah.
All right. So Betty won 2 Emmy Awards back-to-back for her role as Sue Ann Nivens. Sue Ann Nivens. No, again, before your time. This is what happens when you work with millennials. People,
Sorry.
they don't remember. And
sorry.
I know it's not your fault.
I'm just a baby.
I know you are, and I'm an old piece of crap. She was Sue Ann Nivens, a reoccurring character on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Okay, I know the Mary Tyler.
You heard of that?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So Sue Ann was a very cute character on the show.
Well, she's adorable.
No matter what she does, when she plays like these airhead characters,
Yeah.
like la da da doo doo doo, crickets, but it's so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then you realize she ain't that stupid.
No.
Joke's on us.
Right.
That was in 75 and 76. And following the end of the Mary Tyler Moore Show in 77, she was offered her own sitcom on CBS entitled The Betty White Show. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Okay. The first of the name, yes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
What was
goodness.
that?
No, it wasn't Jesus Christ. It was probably a cat.
It was a cat.
So a quarter of a century earlier,
What did you put in their food?
I don't know. I found it in a brown paper wrapper. I don't know. I just popped in. No, they're running down the stairs.
They're going
No,
down.
they ate, and now they're powered by kitten food. So now they ate, and they wash their hands and face, and they look cute, and then they chase each other. I guess, what's the term? The zoomies?
The zoomies, yeah.
They get the
They
zoomies, and
okay. All right.
they're all over the house. So
Okay.
Sorry, can't control them. There's more of them than there are of me.
All right, Shannon.
Back to the Betty White show.
Focus on Betty White. Focus. Okay.
So the first Betty White show was a quarter of a century earlier. Okay, but now in this Betty White show, she co-stars with John Hillerman and former Mary Tyler Moore co-star Georgia Engel.
Okay.
Running up against Monday Night Football in its time slot. The ratings were poor.
Yeah.
She had one season, they cancel it. All right, too bad.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So Betty goes on to hosting parades like the Tournament of Roses and the Thanksgiving Parade, many appearances on The Tonight Show, many other projects. So she became a celebrity doing all this stuff.
Okay.
Very well known, household name.
Yeah.
Okay. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
In 1983, she became the first woman to win a Daytime Emmy Award in the category of Outstanding Game Show Host for the NBC show Just Men, which I am totally unfamiliar.
I have no idea.
That makes two of us. Due to the amount of work she did for them, she was deemed the first lady of game shows.
What? I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Okay.
I mean, I remember her being like a guest host on, I don't know, this Match Game and these other things. But apparently, I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
So, from 1983 to 1984, Betty had a recurring role as Ellen Harper Jackson in Mama's Family. Still not cricket. She's giving me that look.
Blank stare.
All right. She was with Rue McClanahan. Also will be a Golden Girl with her.
Okay.
It was like it would originate in the Carol Burnett show in the 70s. And then it was a spin-off.
I was very young.
You do know Carol Burnett?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
I was very young when the Golden Girls came out.
Yeah.
So I remember watching.
Okay.
That
was how much later already.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I remember, the Mary Tyler Moore show and Mama's Family. So it was like Carol Burnett had a show, and this was like a spin-off of that.
Yeah.
And she was, again, very, very, what's the term? Character actress.
Yes.
Playing these distinctive roles.
Yes.
Okay. So now in 1985, she scored her second signature role and the biggest hit of her career as Minnesota native Rose Nyland on the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with that?
Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. That
was good. Okay.
That I know, yeah.
And it was almost a similar character as Sue Ann Nivens. It was very good there. This series chronicled the lives of 4 widowed or divorced women in their golden years who shared a home in Miami.
Yes.
Very cute show.
It
was really,
adorable.
really cute.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a little old lady. It was a very charming show.
Oh, yeah.
And she was a seasoned professional.
Millennial bearded men running around that like that show.
Is that true? Okay,
Yeah.
I believe you. The Golden Girls starred Bea Arthur, Estelle Getty, and again, Rue McClanahan, and it was immediately successful and ran from 1985 to 1992.
Yes.
She won 1 Emmy Award for Outstanding Actress in a comedy series for the first season of Golden Girls. She's nominated in that category every year for the show's run. Getty was also nominated, but as supporting actress.
Okay.
So in December, now we're up to 2006, Betty joins the soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh.
I'm not a soap opera
I don't do
person.
soaps.
I have no clue.
When I visited Grandma's house, they were on. I'm like, oh, shoot.
Okay,
me.
yeah. The Bold and the Beautiful. I don't even know if I remember that one.
I don't know.
And Ann Douglas, where she would make 22 appearances. The long-lost mother of the show's matriarch, Stephanie Forrester, played by Susan Flannery.
Okay.
I have you and me both, sister. I don't watch daytime TV. Okay.
No, I loved her, like I was telling you earlier, in the movie Lake Placid.
So now I haven't seen that film.
So there's like this giant, monstrous, like crocodile or alligator, whatever the hell it was, living in a lake up in the Adirondacks. And she's like living in this cabin on the edge, and she's feeding it. She fed her husband to it, and they're trying to kill it. And she's like, "I hope it eats you!" Like she's adorable, little old lady by the cabin.
And she kills him and feeds him to the gator.
Trying to stop, everybody from killing her pet gator.
Her pet gator.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's adorable. She gets very nasty with the police officer. She's like. You
get into a certain age, you can get away with a lot of things.
Right,
I see it, when I work with seniors, and especially cute little old ladies, there was, you ever hear of arsenic and old lace?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they poison everybody.
Yeah.
And they're like, these 2 little ants, and they're so cute, and sit down and have tea. In the meantime, they got all these bodies of people, and you don't think, it is cute, and she's got that charm.
Oh, yeah, she's
just got that, like, grandmotherly charm.
I was like, this movie would suck if it wasn't for Betty White.
Nobody else could probably do it.
Right. So that was my fond memory.
I have to see that. What is it called?
Lake Placid.
Lake Placid. Yeah. I will have to steal it or find a way of watching it.
Yeah,
okay, never heard of it.
It was
I don't get out much.
Wild, yeah. but she's
Black comedy, yeah.
She's really cute in it. Yeah,
She's cute in everything.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So now she goes to a recurring role in ABC's Boston Legal. Never
Okay.
watched that either. From 2005, 2008, as the calculating, blackmailing, gossip mongering Catherine Piper.
Okay.
A role she played as a guest star on The Practice in 2004. So she gets these characters, they get spin-offs, the character becomes so likable that they make shows about them.
Yeah, that makes sense because she's so likable.
She hosts Saturday Night Live in 2010.
Yes.
At the age of 88, making her the oldest host.
That's amazing.
88 hosting Saturday Night Live. I can't even stay up to watch
badass.
Saturday
I
Night
don't
Live.
either.
I'm asleep.
I am done.
I'm getting up to pee at that hour already. And
I
she's
watch the highlights the next day.
I can't.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're still going on here. 88, in June of 2010, she takes the role of Elka Ostrovsky. I'm going to mess up the name.
Okay.
The house caretaker on TV Land's original sitcom, Hot in Cleveland. Which again, I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever really watched it. That's with Valerie Bertinelli, Jane Leaves, I think she pronounces it, and Wendy Malick.
Okay.
Hot in Cleveland. I mean, I can only imagine.
She must be hysterical. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, in December of 21, Betty has a stroke. On the morning of December 31st, she dies in her sleep in her home in the Brentwood neighborhood of LA at 99. Almost there.
Yeah.
And her remains were cremated.
Okay.
So now Betty, as we all know, was a devoted pet enthusiast and animal welfare advocate who worked with organizations including the Los Angeles Zoo Commission, the Morris Animal Foundation, African Wildlife Foundation, and Actors and Others for Animals.
Aww.
My kind of girl.
Yeah.
Okay. She says she was also ahead of her time as being an advocate of LGBT community, big activist.
Yeah.
Big activist. In 2010, she says if a couple has been together all that time and that there are gay relationships that are more solid than some heterosexual ones I know, I think it's fine if they want to get married. I don't know how anybody can be so, and I quote, anti-something. Mind your own business, take care of your affairs, and don't worry so much about other people.
Amen.
You know?
Yeah.
In a 2011 interview, she revealed that she always knew that her good friend Liberace,
Yes.
was gay. And she said, I sometimes accompanied him to premieres to help him hide it.
Aww.
So she was like his cover, you know.
She was his beard.
Seriously. She achieved so many numerous accolades during her acting and her comedy career. Her major competitive awards, including 5 Primetime Emmys, a Daytime Emmy, a Grammy, who knew, and 2 Screen Actor Guilds. Yeah, she probably had like a book or something, or talking. Okay. I don't think she was a singer. Her honorary awards include the 2009 Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award, in 2010 the Britannica Awards, the Charlie Chaplin Award for Excellence in Comedy.
For sure.
I mean, the 2015 Daytime Emmy Lifetime Achievement Award. I mean, I'm sure I can go on.
Yeah.
So Betty not only provided the world with laughter and joy, I think her legacy is that, but more. Through her acting, she's also known for her deep love of animals. Throughout her life, she created Bet's Pets, a fan club intended to help animal charities.
Aww.
I'll run out of adjectives. I don't think there's enough to say about a humanitarian defender of everyone.
Right.
You know, being ahead of her time as a woman, being ahead of her time and saying, you don't like the black guy? Good. Now I'm going to give him twice as much time.
Yep.
Defending everybody, especially like those of us who do work with animals, defending those who are outnumbered and don't have a voice.
Yeah.
I can't, living to be 99, we were all cheering her on. I think she was on Dancing with the Stars a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I think that, and she doesn't have to say anything to make you laugh. One of those comedians who says funny things, but says things funny. And those
Didn't she have a show too about funny old people doing things?
Probably.
Oh man, I can't remember what it was called now, but it was hysterical. Oh, that's gonna bother me.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, yeah.
Come to you 3 days from now.
Yeah,
if you
I will.
Like me.
Yeah.
She had just you do these characters and they make a show about it.
Yeah.
And especially like Rose and Sue Ann. You think they're supposed to be stupid women who have no clue, and believe me, they know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you could not love the irresistible
Off the rockers.
Off Their Rockers?
That's what it was called. Betty White's Off Their Rockers. There was 3 seasons of it. I remember it being hysterical.
Don't remember.
Yep. From 2012 to 2017.
And
Off
what,
the
they
Rock.
have like old people saying stupid stuff.
Oh, it was just, yeah, it was.
Now I'm going to have to YouTube it.
Oh, yeah, you can find videos on YouTube. It's hysterical. I remember it being so good. Yeah, Betty's Off the Rockers. Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I got now you got me thinking. I'm going to have to, you heard it here first. I don't think there's anything she couldn't have done.
Yeah.
So how do you not love Betty White? It's not like your white guy from last time. That white side of the family, not so good. So maybe...
Yeah. Yeah, he was kind of a bit disgraceful. Yeah.
All right, and she's the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, total opposite. And
Anything you can want and then some.
I've never met a single person who didn't like Betty White.
You never hear anybody saying, "Oh, Betty was, anything other than true,
Right,
and good, and
caring and funny."
You think of Betty, and you think of funny,
Yeah.
and then you think of animals.
Yeah.
And what can be better than that?
Right.
So I think she was definitely worth talking about on
She's definitely one of our favorite.
dead people.
Dead people,
yeah,
for sure.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Wish we wouldn't have to have people like that on the show. Wish people like that would live to 199. Yeah.
Yeah.
But did so much, brought so much joy and so much love and so many animals and so much kindness.
Yeah.
So you think of Betty White and you smile.
Absolutely.
And I watched her, like I said, with the, remember the Mary Tyler Moore show, and then later on Mama's Family, she plays this little, character. It was just very charming.
Yeah.
And then to watch her as Rose, and, and there's so many people. How do you not like the Golden Girls? You don't have to be old to like the Golden Girls.
No, like I said, I know a lot of younger guys who like the Golden Girls. Like,
Crazy,
you'll
right?
see younger guys wearing Golden Girls T-shirts, And it's true, yeah.
Out in Cleveland, I remember seeing the commercials and hearing about it, and I knew how popular it was. I never caught it myself.
Yeah.
But I think she played like a little, dirty little old lady, which is even funnier.
Yeah.
Because older people can get away with things.
Um,
They get a pass with certain things.
Well, now you've got a job to do. You have to watch Lake Placid.
Okay, right. Now I have homework.
And Betty White's Off the Rockers.
I will. I'm going to check those out.
Lake Placid's got like 47% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is that good?
Not really.
Okay. If they don't get
Literally, the best part of the movie is Betty White and the alligator.
Oh, there's other parts?
I mean,
I will definitely check it out because,
yeah,
it's Betty White.
And a giant monstrous, yeah.
That she feeds.
She feeds. Yeah.
She feeds her husband to the...
I forgot how she was. The police officers were asking if she knew anything about the monster in the lake, and they're like, "What happened to your husband?" She's like, "Oh, I killed him. I hit him over the head with a pan, and I buried him in the backyard." But she was lying because her husband had actually fallen into the lake and was killed by the alligator that she had been feeding. So
so he was used. So the alligator might have thought that she was feeding him dinner.
Yeah, I guess so. And then she was like,
Because
"Whoops!" And she didn't have the heart to kill the alligator. She's like, "Oh, well, there goes my husband."
So if she killed the alligator, she would have saved her husband.
Like, I don't know.
Probably not anyway. But
probably not,
why
yeah.
hurt the alligator? So she was feeding the alligator, and eventually,
So
fed
she
him
was
too much.
She was
Feed me, Seymour.
She was playing the role she plays best, the animal lover.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. You got to feed the gator, even
Yeah.
if it means giving him your spouse.
But she curses at the police officers, and it's adorable.
That's so fun. Do they ever dig up the house to see, like, if she killed him and buried him in the yard, or they think she's joking?
No. He was really killed by the alligator.
That's a riot. So she really didn't kill him,
No.
technically.
No.
Didn't save him either.
No.
All right, you got to do what you got to do. If your babies are hungry, your babies are hungry.
right.
You have to feed. If you want to make an omelet, you have to be willing to break a few eggs.
That's right.
What are you going to do? The girls got to do what a girl's got to do.
There you go.
We don't have any gators or anything here, right?
Not that I know of.
No,
I always question when I go for a swim in the Hudson River.
Do Barry accountants? I'm asking for a friend.
Accountants. Don, careful.
I don't. Just want to know. Just want to know. I don't know what Barry.
Well.
Anyway, well, that's
there we are.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're fun. Sometimes we're disturbing. Sometimes we're just us.
That's
But
true.
there you go. So
Betty
you heard
White.
it here first.
There we go.
And the moral of the story is
Love animals.
love animals
And
and
be nice.
and don't
And
feed
funny.
your husband to gators.
Don't feed your husband to
Gators or
yeah.
bear or deer. Deer are vegetarians, so they won't eat the accountants.
No, probably not.
Okay, that's
Okay.
good to know.
All right.
That's good to know. Well,
Okay.
on that note,
On that note, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, and joining us for another fun, crazy, disturbing, truthful, any other adjective you want to throw out, episode of All My Favorite People Are Dead. See ya, breathers.
Bye.
All my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. I say it. All my favorite people are dead.